It was to Aunt Kate, seated with her crocheting in the living room, that Ellen took the letter from Stephen as soon as she had read it herself. Smiling, she had seated herself on the footstool beside her aunt's easy-chair and held up the letter. "It's come at last," she exclaimed in her soft, pleasant voice. "I knew it would." Aunt Kate, a slender, prim woman of 50, with graying hair and spectacles, looked up from her crocheting with a questioning gaze. "What letter?" she wanted to know. "From Stephen, of course," Ellen said happily. "Stephen?" The older woman looked bewildered. "Well, surely you remember. Stephen Gray, the young man I knew before the war. He lives with his family just 20 miles above New York City on the Hudson River." "That's Stephen," her aunt said, and put aside her crocheting. "Yes, that's Stephen," Ellen said, smiling. "He's gone on caring for me all these years, and now he wants me to go to New York and marry him." "Indeed," her aunt said primly. "And pray, why can't he come here? I should consider that the proper procedure." "Well, he would if things at home were normal," she said. "But his only family, his grandfather and his mother, are not well, and the estate is run down since he was in the army. Now that he's back, he needs every minute to get it restored." Aunt Kate looked at her worriedly from behind gold-rimmed spectacles. "I still think you should make a visit down here." Ellen shook her head. "I don't agree. I'm going to write Stephen a letter at once telling him we'll leave for New York by the first sailing available." "We? Well, I wouldn't dream of going up there alone, and you know it," Ellen said. "I must have a chaperone, and you are the only one." "But I've never met this young man or his family," Aunt Kate protested. "I've no idea whether he'll be suitable for you or not." "He's a wonderful person," she enthused. "You'll see. Father and Mother were very fond of him. He'll be shocked to learn they are both gone now." "What about his family?" her aunt demanded. "Did you meet them?" "No. We met Stephen in New York City. I've never been to his home. It's further up the Hudson. Stephen says we are to meet his lawyer, Mr. Jason Mallet, in New York, and he will see we get transportation from the city to the estate." "Well, it all seems very haphazard," Aunt Kate lamented. "What will you do about this place if you marry that northerner?" "Oh, we can decide that later," Ellen said. "Who knows? When he sees me, he may change his mind. I may have lost my looks while that awful war was going on." "Nonsense," Aunt Kate declared. "You're a beauty, and you know it." Ellen's eyes twinkled. "You're prejudiced," the older woman snapped. "I'm being truthful. If we're to soon make this long, important trip, I'll have to see to our wardrobe. I'll send Jo over to the seamstress and have her come here first thing in the morning." "Do that," she agreed. "We may not have too much time." It turned out they did not. The steamship Southern Queen was sailing to New York within 10 days, and Ellen booked passage on it for herself and her aunt. Miss Timmins, the seamstress, fussed and flurried and completed all the clothes they required, including a lovely white silk and lace wedding dress for Ellen. The morning of their departure they were driven to the wharf in their big carriage. It was a rainy morning, with gray clouds hanging low. Ellen felt a pang of unhappiness at leaving her home, but she did not long allow herself to remain melancholy, fearing Aunt Kate might notice and cancel the journey. At the moment, her aunt, in dark crimson bonnet and cloak, was curtly supervising the unloading of their personal baggage from the carriage and its transference to the Southern Queen. They walked up the gangplank to the deck of the modest-sized steamship, where they were greeted by Captain Murphy. He was a big, red-faced Irishman with gray whiskers and hair. He doffed his blue cap as Aunt Kate stepped onto the wet deck. "I could wish it was a better day to begin your voyage," he said, smiling broadly. Aunt Kate answered primly, "I trust it isn't an ill omen, Captain." "No, ma'am," he said affably. "Better to have the bad weather and part than out of it. We'll soon move on to fair skies." It developed this was more Irish optimism than fact. The voyage was a stormy one, unusual.